Okay, welcome to another edition of Lion News. Lion News can be found at lionnews00.blogspot.com. Today is Thursday, the 27th of January, 2011. Alright, and what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about police shootings. And as you know, everything that we talk about here usually has a local connection, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But we're going to watch some videos first. And the first one is about how a SWAT team invades an innocent person's house and executes him. Alright? And of course it's deemed justified. Alright? So we'll get to that part here in just a little bit. So let's watch the video of Judge Napolitano here on Fox News.
Recently and unusually, one of these tragedies was caught on video. Police in Ogden, Utah, raided the home of 45-year-old Todd Blair in the middle of the night, reportedly while investigating his roommate. Police video, which we will show you in a moment, clearly shows what happened. The police burst in the home to find Mr. Blair standing inside the door with a golf club, and within seconds, and without a warning like drop your weapon or something like that, Police Sergeant Troy Burnett shot Mr. Blair 3 times directly, killing him instantly. We want to warn you, the video you are about to see is graphic and it is disturbing, but it is vital so America sees what can happen to innocent people when the drug war goes terribly wrong. Take a look.
Police search warrant! Police search warrant! Search warrant! Search warrant! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Put in this house!
We called the police department several times for an interview or a statement, but we're told no one could be provided because Mr. Blair's family has expressed an interest in suing the police. A phone call to the county attorney was not returned. Joining me now is Reason Matt.
Okay, so you can see they go in there and it's just like target practice. Alright? Just like he's shooting a target. Okay? You can see the guy makes no move to rush him or anything like that. The guy's holding a golf club in his own home. Okay? Now, they bust in the middle of the night, so he's waking up, probably isn't thinking straight, but they just start blazing. Alright? So let's look at, and like I said, you know, people have a TV mentality, so let's watch a little TV here, or some movies here, and show how the cops, you know, how they're supposed to control themselves. Alright, here's Dirty Harry Magnum Force, the police pistol competition. Okay, remember now, Dirty Harry just shot the good guy. Okay, the guy in the house holding the golf club was the good guy, remember? Okay, because he wasn't the target of the warrant. He was innocent, and they just blast him, okay? So, and of course they called it justified. So let's look at another one here where the cop actually explains why he's just not blazing when he comes into the room. All right, here's Men in Black, Will Smith.
Edwards, what the hell happened?
Hesitated.
May I ask why you felt little Tiffany deserved to die?
Well, she was the only one that actually seemed dangerous at the time, sir.
How'd you come to that conclusion?
Well, first I was going to pop this guy hanging from the street light, and then I realized, you know, he's just working out. And how would I feel if somebody come running in the gym, bust me in my ass while I'm on the treadmill? Then I saw this snarling beast guy, and I noticed he had a tissue in his hand, and I realized, you know, he's not snarling. He's sneezing. You know, ain't no real threat there. Then I saw little Tiffany. I'm thinking, you know, 8-year-old white girl, middle of the ghetto, a bunch of monsters, this time of night with quantum physics books. She about to start some shit, Sid. She's about 8 years old. Those books are way too advanced for her. If you ask me, I'd say she's up to something. And to be honest, I'd appreciate it if you eased up off my back about it. Or do I owe her an apology?
Okay, see? This guy just doesn't come in and start blazing. Of course, again, like I said, it's TV. But you can see the point, all right? The SWAT team members are trained not to be trigger happy, all right? So, they're trained not to shoot the good guys, and they're trained not to be trigger happy. Okay, so let's look at our local connection here. All right, here's a blast from the past. It's back in February 17th of 2009. Polk County deputy involved in shooting after transport to Fergus Falls. It says a Polk County deputy is involved in a shooting early Friday morning in Fergus Falls here. Okay, he was transporting someone to the detox center in Fergus Falls when he stopped someone. Okay, so what he does was he pulls the person over, and they go through the regular routine there. Was asking for the driver's license. The driver suddenly and unexpectedly turned toward him and pointed what looked like to be a gun. Okay, the deputy drew his handgun while backing away from the suspect vehicle and fired his handgun at the car. Okay, not at the person, at the car. Okay, because now here's the next sentence. The driver then reportedly sped away, but shortly after crashed into a snowbank and fled from the crash scene on foot. Okay, so he backs up and he shoots at the car. Okay, you're supposed to shoot at the person, right? Okay, because if they have the gun, you're supposed to shoot at the person. He shoots at the car. Okay, then later down, it says the Polk County Sheriff Tom Larson said White received a foot injury during the incident. Remember, he's shooting at the car, so he's shooting towards his foot, right? But it's not clear whether it was from gunshots or the vehicle crash. 2 passengers in White's vehicle were not injured. Okay? So, who starts looking for it? Looking for this gun that was supposedly there. Okay? The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension joins local authorities investigating the incident Friday. Okay? Law enforcement searched for the alleged weapon. Remember, alleged weapon. But as of Friday afternoon, no weapons were found. Okay? See? So, can you start to see there's trouble with this story here? Okay? And here we go with Tom Larson. I'm Sheriff Tommy the Perjurer Larson. Okay? I'm glad the deputy's okay, Larson said. I stand behind his decision as it appears it was justified given the actions described to me. Okay, now remember, this is Tommy the Perjurer Larson. And what was described to me sure sounded awful funny. Okay? Now he's backing away. He shoots at the car, not at the person. The guy ends up with a foot wound. Okay? And remember, it's considered justified. Okay? Because we've got who vouching for it? Well, Tommy the Perjurer Larson, for one thing, because, he got told, so he's the expert on it. Okay? Anyone in their right mind would think it was more like this situation right here.
Boy, it sure is nice to have these babies around.
Your sidearm, please.
Sir?
Your pistol. It is a pistol.
Oh, yes, sir.
There aren't any bullets in this gun.
Oh, well, Barney keeps his bullet in his pocket.
In his pocket?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't you put it in the pistol where it belongs?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Case, Andy, take that thing away from him before he kills us all.
See, that's what it sounds like to me. Doesn't sound like a justified shooting. Sounds like a panicked shooting. All right? But of course, we have Deputy Wald cleared in shooting. Because remember, they never did find this gun. Okay? And he had a mysterious wound on his foot. Okay? But remember, he was charged for fleeing a police officer. Okay? After he was shot at by Deputy Wald, who's backing away, shooting at the car. Okay? Now, I don't know about you, but But if someone starts shooting at me, I am not staying in that location. I am heading for cover. Okay? But see, in order to cover up the Barney Fife maneuver here, they had to charge him with fleeing a police officer. Okay? So, of course, that is a felony, so they got to pile those felonies on. Okay? Remember, to cover up their crimes? Because remember, this is what it says right here from their own books. Okay? Police officers' reports sometimes omit essential information, and follow-up investigation interviews by prosecutors frequently fail to discover it. Okay? Well, if you're trying to cover it up, you just ignore it is what they do. Okay? Because anyone with their right mind knows that that does not match what seems to happen there. Okay? And remember here, use of arrest reports in criminal cases. Arrest reports are almost always one-sided. They recite only what the police claim took place and may include only witness statements that support police theory. And they're not even admissible in trial. Okay? But people believe this ridiculous story, that he's the hero here. Okay? Because remember, that's the little picture in everyone's mind that cops are honest, they can't do anything wrong, because remember, they're perfect. That little perfect picture. Okay? But the problem is, the picture, if people understand what the real picture is, that the average IQ of a cop is 104, okay? Which is 2 points above average intelligence, okay? These people are not the rocket scientists that everyone makes them out to be, okay? They aren't the smartest, they aren't the wisest, they aren't the bravest, okay? So, the problem is, you have all these idiots that just blindly believe whatever the county attorney said. Remember, the county attorney said he was cleared of charges here. Okay? See? But the problem is, if you knew something about that crook county attorney over there in Otter Tail County who was doing the investigation, you wouldn't trust him as far as you could throw him. See? Because the problem is, when Kathy Mayer was handing out flyers that was critical of the county attorney, he sicked the cops on her and claimed that she was tampering with jurors. Okay? Now, all you had to do is read the flyer and you can see that she wasn't even talking to the jurors. The information had absolutely nothing to do with jurors. But again, remember, it all goes to credibility. If you don't know anything about old Tommy the Perjurer Larson, or the crook county attorney from Otter Tail County, then you're going to blindly believe that, oh, Tom Larson said as far as he was concerned, it was a justified shooting. See? So, now when you put things into context, it sure seems like a Barney Miller moment that everyone decided they'd cover it up and give Barney a medal, and the idiots just blindly believe it.
Boy, it sure is nice to have these babies around.
Your sidearm, please.
Sir?
Your pistol. It is a pistol.
Oh, yes, sir.
There aren't any bullets in this gun.
Oh, well, Barney keeps his bullet in his pocket.
In his pocket?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't you put it in the pistol where it belongs?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Case,
Yeah. So, like I said.
Andy, take that thing away from him before he kills us all.
Yeah. I remember one time I was being maliciously arrested by these thug cops from Polk County. Remember, the police the city police were hauling me from my home to the sheriff's department, so they do know where my address is. Okay, and he got upset when I told him that the average IQ of a cop is 104. So he said, "Do you have a problem with law enforcement?" I said, "No, I have a problem with low intelligent thugs with badges and guns." Thank you.